Hey kid. Alright, now we're going to talk about postpartum depression. Everyone makes such a huge deal out of postpartum depression because, well, it is a big deal. But what doctors neglect to tell you is there's also such a thing as prepartum depression, which is being depressed while being pregnant. And it's actually a lot more prevalent than people think, but everyone blames it on the pregnancy hormones instead of blaming it on, or even giving it a name, because you can't really take antidepressants while pregnant. But it can be extremely hard, even just dealing with the hormones and the emotional switch from happy to seeing Hallmark commercial and crying like a little girl because, the dogs and the kids and the cute animals and everybody's in love, and it's crazy. It really is a roller coaster of crazy. And I think no one can really prepare you for that. I can tell you it's a roller coaster of crazy. I can tell you it gets worse. Once all the bonding stuff kicks in and you start to get bigger and you start to deal with nesting and freaking out about not being ready for everything. There's a lot going on because your body is preparing you for the baby, but your mind is also trying to prepare you for your baby. If you do feel like you have symptoms of either prepartum or postpartum, tell your doctor, obviously. If you don't feel comfortable telling your doctor, tell a nurse. If you don't feel comfortable telling a nurse, there are lots of websites, lots of hotlines, lots of everything that are just a touch away, and I didn't have postpartum, but I had prepartum, and they tell you if you have one, you don't have the other. Now, the thing about postpartum is it can take up to a year, year and a half, 2 years, I think. 2 years is the longest, I think, that it takes to kick in. So even, if you are doing really great the first 3 months, unfortunately, that doesn't mean that you're out of the closet. So just be aware that sometimes it is more than hormonal changes. And obviously, after you have the baby, you can take medicine if you feel that it's necessary. But even still, someone should know. So tell someone. If it's not me, that's fine. I'm not going to be offended. But tell somebody. Tell a stranger. Tell somebody. Because we all have bad days, but when bad days become bad weeks, become bad months, it's a little more than hormonal. But, there are plenty of little quizzes and tests online that you can take if you're feeling questionable, or, hopefully you'll feel safe telling your partner, who will hopefully soon be your spouse. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But it is a serious thing. Like, I wish I could make light of it, but it is a serious thing. And a lot of times it doesn't even, people are always afraid of people hurting their children, obviously. And, obviously it's a big deal. But, what they don't tell you is more often than not, it's mothers wanting to hurt themselves. And obviously that would be a detriment to the children too. But, you have to take care of yourself before you can take care of your kids. And while that doesn't actually happen very often, it's still true. So I'd like to make light of the subject, but unfortunately, depression is depression, and it sucks a lot for everybody. And I think everybody experiences it at some point or another in their life. It is temporary. It does get better. Things will change. I promise you. I promise. And there are a million people that love you. You're never alone. But if it hits you, it hits you. And there's not much you can do about that, but get through it. Sometimes that's harder than, sucking it up. But sometimes you just need somebody to talk to and to tell you that you're not crazy and, you know, do something nice for you. So I just want you to know that I'm here for you and that it is a serious topic. So don't get frustrated that everyone's going to tell you a million times. Before you leave the hospital, they'll tell you about it. You know, it's the whole shaken baby thing. Not that they don't care about you, but, you know, I think they're paid to concentrate more on the baby. But obviously, you are of a concern too. So if you have any questions, ask me, look it up, Google it. You know, there's some really great resources. Hopefully, prepartum won't hit you, but it was great because I didn't have postpartum. So it's a trade-off. It's certainly a trade-off. And hopefully you won't have it at all. But the likelihood of you having something is high, just because it is. So don't feel like you're alone or, you know, you're the only one this is happening to. And I love you. So I'm here. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. And yeah, it sucks. But you're not alone. And we love you. That's that.